In the previous session, we have seen theoretically about a delete statement and update statement. Now we are going to see it practically here to make it working. So we do have this database, which is a Microsoft SQL Server database where we are having Adventure Works database, and we already have the table which is we have created where, and we have some inserted some data, and if, so we have this data in the author table where we have some data which is inserted here. And now what we wanted to do, we wanted to update some name. Let's say means we wanted to modify this fifth rows, which is A5 ID. We wanted to change this first name and last name. So how we can do that? For that, we can just mention that update statement. Then we need to specify the table, which table we wanted to update, the author table. uh, then we need to specify which column. So first name we wanted to change it. Let's say first name we can make it as let's say Matthew, and then we can specify comma because we wanted to modify the last name as well. We can mention as last name is equal to, let's say, Hayden, and this is what we can specify for which column row we wanted to do it. We don't want to do apply it for all of them. So we wanted to have modified for just A5. So here we can mention where author ID is equal to A5. So this is what we wanted to do it, and let's try to execute. Now this statement will tell the SQL engine that wherever author ID is equal to A5, that means this row modify its set first name and last name to this new name. And if I try to execute it now, it says one row affected. That means A5 row has been affected. Let's see means whether it is really changed the values or not. Execute it. Now you can see for A5, you can see the new names has been changed. Similar way we can do this for any of the columns. Suppose we wanted to change the city as well, we can use the city. So now here, suppose it's just one column, then we can just mention one column set first name equal to Matthew. If there are multiple columns, then we need to use comma. So that is we need to understand. Now this is how we can use this DML statement to update the values in a table. Now there is another statement which is about delete statement, which we can see. Now suppose we don't want to keep this row in this table, or maybe two rows in this table. So how we can delete? For this, what we can do, we can just use delete, and from which table we wanted to use, delete from author table. And we just need to mention that where this is another condition where author ID is equal to A5. Let's say A5, or let's say A4. So we wanted to modify, delete this particular row. If we do this, then and just try to execute it, then it gets says one row affected. If you try to see whether it is really deleted or not, let's say means you can see A4 row is not available. Suppose you wanted to delete another rows as well, like along with A2, we wanted to modify A3 as well, then we can do this like this, and you can execute it. So this way we can delete these rows as per our requirement. And this is the DML statement where we actually modify the data in a table. So these are the two test statement, the update and delete statement, which are a DML statement, and which are used to alter and delete the data in a table. I hope you liked it, and I will see you in next session.